Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be showing you how to make fried chicken stew party style. I will take you through the list of ingredients and we get started. I am Rosie and you are welcome to my kitchen. Here I have some fresh tomatoes. I'm making a lot of stew, so I'm using a lot. Bell peppers, and the bell peppers is less quantity to the tomatoes. Habanero peppers, and when you are making party stew, try not to use too much hot peppers. Onions, I'm using the yellow onions. You can use any one of your choice. Garlic, ginger, fresh thyme, fresh bay leaves, and fresh rosemary. If you don't have the fresh ones, you can also use the dry ones as well. Here I have tomato paste, salt, curry powder, bouillon powder, and the bouillon powder I use does not have MSG. Olive oil, and you can use any oil of your choice. Here I have the chicken, which I'm going to be cutting and cleaning off camera. In a blender, I'll add a little bit of water, and I added onions, garlic, and ginger. I will go and blend this and I will be right back. And here I have that blended already. Here I have the chicken cut and cleaned already. I'll add in the blended onions, garlic, and ginger. And I will rinse the blender with a little bit of water and I will add that as well. Add curry powder, bouillon powder, and you can use any Maggi of your choice, salt, rosemary, thyme, and I will mix everything together so that everything can marinate themselves. And the list of ingredients and the measurement I use will be in the description box below. I will leave this to marinate for about an hour before putting on the stove. And here I have the chicken. It's been cooking now for about 35 minutes. I left it to marinate for about an hour before putting it on. So I will stir and then I'll go ahead to check if the chicken is well tender. I use a fork to check, and at this point the chicken is soft and I will turn off the stove. Separate the chicken from the stalk, and this step is very important. If you're going to be frying your chicken, you want to separate it from the stalk. You don't want the liquid entering the oil. And if you're going to be storing your meat as well, you need to do this as well. And I will strain out the chicken stock because we don't want all this thing inside the stew. I will use a spatula to stir it to take out all the stock from the strainer, and I'm going to be throwing that away, and I'll put the chicken stock in the freezer to stay for some hours so that I'll be able to take out the excess fat. And here is the chicken stock. I just brought it out of the freezer. I left it for about 2 hours, so I'm going to be taking out the fat. I don't use the fat to cook. I always do this and take out the fat from any meat I prepare. If you like it, you can leave it, and I'll be throwing mine away. And I want to say a big thank you to my new and my old subscribers. Thank you all so much. I truly do appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not already, and also put on the notification bell so you get notified each time I upload any new video. And here is all the fat I got. In a pan, add in some oil. And once the oil is hot, add onions. And I'll be adding rosemary as well. And this is just to infuse more flavor into the oil. And then add the cooked chicken. Don't add too much at a time. And I'm going to fry the chicken until the chicken is golden brown. So stir from time to time. Once the chicken are golden brown, I will take them out of the oil. And I will be repeating this process with the rest of the chicken. And once I'm done frying all the chicken, I will strain out the chicken oil as well. And because I don't want those particles inside the stew, I'm going to be using this to make the stew. And right here, I have the tomatoes and pepper clean already. So I took out the seed from the tomatoes. I don't like cooking with the seed. And I also took out the seed from the bell peppers as well. In a blender, I will add in a little bit of water. And I will add the pepper, tomatoes, and onions, and I'll blend it into a smooth paste, but I don't want mine to be very, very smooth. And once that is smooth, I will take that out. And I'll be leaving some of the blended pepper mix inside the blender, and this will help the blade move faster. I will not be adding any more water. I will repeat this process until I am done with all the tomatoes and pepper. And here everything is nicely blended, and this is the texture I went for, not too smooth. I'll be cooking this down for about an hour. I will place in a wooden spoon to prevent the pepper from boiling out, and cover it and leave it to boil. So this is 1 hour later, and this pepper has been boiling. It has really reduced, and this will cut down the cooking time of the stew and also reduce the sour taste of the tomatoes. So you can see how much the pepper has reduced. That was where it was when we started boiling it. And I will take that off the stove. Next, I'm going to be slicing these onions to fry the stew. So when you are making patty stew, don't slice in too much onions. Some people don't like seeing onions in their stew. They like to pick it out, so you have to keep it moderate. And that is done. So I will go ahead to clean the tin of the tomato paste before cutting it. And I'm using a tin cutter. You can also use a knife to do this as well. Gently take out the cover. It's very sharp. You need to be careful doing this. And here I have the tomato paste in the bowl. I will loosen it up with some water, which I use in rinsing the tin. I will add in a little bit of more. And this is how I want it. And you can also use it without doing this as well. And that is done. In a pot, I will add in the oil I use in frying the chicken. And once the oil is hot, I'll be adding salt. And adding salt at this point is just a personal preference. You can add salt at any time. And then add in the diced onions, and I'll fry the onions until the onions is translucent. Stir. And add the bay leaves. Add the thyme. And give that a quick stir. the blended tomatoes and pepper that are cooked already. I'll add the tomato paste at this time. And I'm going to be frying this pepper for about 15 minutes to an hour, and I'll be coming back to stir it every 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And if you don't stir, your stew is going to get burnt, and I'm cooking it on low, medium to low heat. For example, the highest of my stove is 10. I am cooking it on 4. So cover it and just leave it to fry. So this is 1 hour later. I have been coming to stir this stew every 5 to 10 minutes. And when I started frying the stew, you can see the line that was where it was. So the stew has really reduced and is well fried now. And I will stir it very well. At this point, it smells amazing. Add the bouillon and the curry powder. If you add your bouillon slash Maggi too early, your stew will get burnt. So you want to add it when you're almost done. So give that a quick stir. So because I already added salt, I will not be adding any more salt. Add the chicken stock, and I will give that a quick stir. And I will use a spatula to clean the pots. When you are cooking for party or any occasion, you want to be careful of the quantity of salt, Maggi, and pepper you're using. Some people don't eat too much of those things, so you have to keep it moderate. I'll put the cover and then leave it to fry for another 20 minutes. So this is 20 minutes later. I will stir, and I was coming back to stir it for every 5 minutes like I was doing it before. At this point, I'll be adding in the fried chicken. And I'll give that a quick stir, and you can taste and adjust for seasoning if needed. Once the chicken is in there, I'm going to be leaving it there for another 10 to 15 minutes, and the stew will be ready. And I'll put the cover on it, and this is 10 minutes later. I'll give that a quick stir, and the stew is well fried now. You can enjoy this stew with rice or anything of your choice. This stew tasted so delicious, and this type of fried stew does not get sour even when a lot of people are scooping from it. Even if you don't put this stew in the refrigerator for days, it will not be sour. It will remain like this. This stew is ready. And I'll be scooping out some of the excess oil, which I'm going to be using to make another recipe. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Remain blessed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.